Hello and welcome back to a new episode of Ultimate General Civil War, and today we are going to fight the enemy at South Mountain. For this task our 3rd Corps has been heavily reinforced and we are going to take 20 brigades onto the battlefield. In our 1st brigade we have Drayton and Rivere with the Reboard Farmer and Kite and Hexamer with the Farmer Musket. The rest of our units is armed with the Springfield M1842. We're also going to bring a battery of 6-pounder field guns and 2 batteries of 10-pounder ordnances and a battery of 12-pounder howitzers. All of our artillery batteries have been increased to 17 guns each. As additional support we have a unit of sharp snipers, hunter snipers and our skirmishing cavalry. In our armory you can see that we have 21 farmers and over 1,000 reboard farmers lying around, as well as 3 hunter rifles. Our career point from the last battle was invested into medicine, making sure that we can recover 6% of our losses. And if we take a look on the battle map, you see that the enemy has deployed over 26,600 soldiers and 93 artillery pieces on this very well suited defensive ground. On our side, however, we are going to attack them with 35,000 soldiers and 68 guns, giving us a clear manpower advantage. General, the rebels have deployed 2 divisions to guard Fox's and Turner's Gap at South Mountain and block your advance against Longstreet. You need to attack and secure a safe passage for the army. Be careful because the enemy holds some strong positions on the high ground. Good luck, General. The battle can begin and our soldiers are pushing forward. A skirmishing screen has been deployed to shield our advance, and we are going to try to overwhelm the enemy with strong forces on our left and our right flank. The center is going to be held by 4 brigades together with our artillery, and with that I hope to overwhelm the enemy defenses. We can see Walker over here out in the open, and it looks like Drayton's forces and Hexamer skirmishers together with our cavalry might be able to rush over here uncontested. McB is pushing up. Let's get Darden's men into action. And over here we can see a strong artillery position on our flank. These boys are coming up and our snipers are going to take position over here. From there I try to get on the enemy rear line. Blume is coming up. He is going to overtake his skirmishers. The enemy might have a good defensive position, but he is out here in the open, not really using it. 12 pounders, you're going to get up over here. Sedgwick, overtake your skirmishers. The same goes with Hampton's men. Upton and Crofts guys, you can for the moment fall back. These boys can push forward. And I have not paid enough attention to this side. Our soldiers ran headfirst into a trap. For now it looks like Drayton is over here relatively alone. Let's get our sharps and hunters forward. And these boys can begin to set up. Wilcox, you're going to push all the way up here. And I want Blume skirmishers over on this direction. It looks like the enemy is not really protecting this side. McB is in the area, but maybe we are able to rush down these artillery positions. With an attack from our center now ongoing, we are going to push up in our flank. These hunters are also setting up. This is looking quite well for the moment. Hexamer, you're going to push up. Force, you're going to push up. And I want Drayton's skirmishers out once more. We need to find out where the enemy is so that we can push up. Darden is taking damage. He has not been focusing on Ripley. Blume needs to push up. Your skirmishers can reattach. Blume on the double. 6-pounder field guns also push down. Darden is taking heavy casualties. Let's get Gibson down. Supplies also need to move up. These skirmishers can reattach. These 10-pounders are opening fire. And it looks like we might have an opening here. Let us send 3 brigades forward to check this out. Croft, you're going to move up over here. The rest is for the moment going to hang back, and we can tell our skirmishers to also reattach. Drayton is opening up his flank. Seymour's guys can also reattach. Let's make sure everyone is opening up on that. Darden has been repelled. Sharps, move up. Hunters, move down. You are maybe able to get their artillery once you have repositioned. Very good. Bloomy, you now need to shift slightly. Yes, I know Anderson's flank is tempting, but you might expose your own. 6-pounders, open up over there. And now, Hexamer, push up on Walker. Cedric on Colquitt. We can see that force is in the area. Hexamer's main force can also push up. Upton and Croft are also pushing. Drayton is pushing up on Manning. Drayton skirmishers are going to have a tough time to hold. We cannot send our skirmishers around yet. Kite skirmishers, reattach. You're blocking the field of fire of your own forces. And it looks like we have been able to work through some enemy lines. But let's get everyone move up. And these snipers can now also fall back. River is pulling up. These 6-pounders are doing some damage and Drayton needs to get up here. Cedric is getting flanked. He needs to fall back. 12-pounders, get forward. 6-pounders, can you get McB? His flank should be more or less isolated. Hampton, you need to push forward. Hexamer, you need to push forward on Evans. Drayton and Upton, move up over here. We have a slight traffic jam, so to say. Skirmishers, are you able to pass by the enemy lines? You need to be quick though. Enemy skirmishers are in our rear. I want the sharps to keep pushing while our hunters are trying to get those skirmishers. We have Ripley over here. Brown is wavering. These 6-pounders are delivering some fire support. Seymour is also in the area. This line is holding, so let's send him around. And Cedric, you need to get closer to those skirmishers. Our 10-pounders are still targeting enemy units, but I want them to focus fire on French. We might be able to disrupt them. Force has been repelled. Hexamer, you are going to... Ooh, that is not going to look good. No, you are not going to hold. Fall back. I wanted you to hold your ground and then opening up on the flank of Manning. That is not happening. Darden, you need to push up on Anderson. So far the rebels are holding. We are able to open up on the enemy. Our sharps are now getting targeted themselves. They need to fall back. Over here our hunters are opening up on those skirmishers, but not really doing a lot of damage. Bloomer, open up on the flank of Ripley. Darden is opening up on the flank of Anderson. Hampton has been repelled. We have 2 hours left for this mission. We have already taken 3,000 casualties and the enemy has barely taken 3,000. We have found Branch's artillery though. Craft is getting ready. Force can now also push up. Hexamer also push up again. I want your skirmishers out to find out what the enemy has left over here. Hampton, push up before Walker can retake his ground. Skirmishing cavalry, you need to keep moving. Hit Branch and then keep moving again. I don't think that you have the strength to charge him down. You are not equipped with sabers. Sharps are opening up on Brown, making sure that the enemy is losing some of his advantage. Enemy skirmishers have disappeared for the moment. Let's utilize this and hit Brown. Anderson's flank is holding. It is a very well experienced unit. 6-pounders, shift your fire. Cedric is getting held back by those skirmishers and Mac. Great. Hexamer skirmishers have found enemies. Let's push Hexamer up. Hexamer has taken 300 casualties already. Strong contester for the biggest casualties in this fight, but Force has taken 430, even more. Skirmishing cavalry needs to shift. Branch's artillery is distracted. Upton, open up on Lee before it tears you apart. Croft is luckily able to open up on Manning. Hexamer is now coming up, and I'm also going to send him forward on the flank of Manning. Take aim. Evans is prepared to blast you away. Come on, come on. You need to hold for one volley. Yes, Manning is falling back. Now get out of the danger zone. Force is coming up. Craft is coming up. Hexamar's guys hit Branch before he can reposition. Hunters get down on Colquitt, and there we have Drayton. Sharps, you're going to get around. Anderson's units are over there. Anderson is taking some damage, but he has not yet broken. Blume is carrying himself very well. One of our freshly recruited units already took 600 casualties. 10 pounders open up on Ripley, he's out in the open. I do not think our attack on French is going so well. Can we get Sedgwick over just a little bit so that he gets Walker in range? Yes, hold your ground so that you're not repositioning. Then destroy them. Evans needs to hold. No, Evans is in the way. Force needs to hold. And Colonel Brand Seymour is wounded. Enemy artillery over here is now focusing our rear, our cavalry rear. That is very good. For us at least. And Drayton's flank is getting exposed. Wilcox, you're going to push up. Kite, you're also going to push up. You have the best weapon for a close range engagement. Well, at least the best infantry weapon. We are able to hit Walker. His numbers should now begin to drop. Very good. How is the situation over here looking? We have taken a few casualties, but we were hidden again. Lee is taking casualties. Ripley is taking casualties, but so is Croft. Hexamer has been routed again. I don't think we can expect a lot of him. He is down to 1,100 soldiers. Good that we have invested into medicine. Enemy forces are repositioning over here. Can we get our snipers behind the enemy lines to continuously harass them? Branch is wavering. Let's send him in. And I've just seen reverse skirmishers have found their way over here. We are in good condition and Branch is wavering, so let's charge. Lee's artillery is coming back. Drayton, push up. And a Manning flanks is a good target. Force is about to be defeated though. And it looks like Hampton wasn't even firing on Walker. No wonder this unit is holding so well. I'm going to get these 10 pounders forward and I'm going to send some ammunition around. Blume took 700 casualties. Anderson is still on the field. Let's get Rivera forward. And over here our hunters need to fall back. The same goes with our sharps. The enemy still has a lot of reserves. And our skirmishing cavalry is able to hit enemy artillery lines. Upton, you need to run. We need to use our advantages here. Hexamer has taken 600 casualties almost. I'm going to move him up, but not in the gap yet. 1 hour left. They are putting up a hell of a fight. Sharps, you're going to hit Anderson. And finally, over here, this Anderson has broken. Let's get Darden forward to hit Ripley. Blume, you're going to hit French. Then finally, the enemy artillery support is going to die down. The enemy is now reshifting forces. Hampton is taking heavy casualties. And it looks like we have something in our rear. It looks like skirmishers. We have enemy supplies behind our lines, but we are not going to be able to catch them. The fight with our skirmishers is still on. Upton, focus on Lee. The rest of us are going to take care of Rhodes' flank. Force, you're going to push up over here. Hexamer, you're basically out of the battle for now. These 10 pounders open up on Walker. These 10 pounders can continue to shell Ripley. Supplies are almost where they have to be. And our hunters have been in contact with enemy skirmishers. Drayton is holding, even though we are hitting him from 3 sides and hitting his rear. And Seymour has now been repelled. Let's get Gibson over here. This is a disastrous fight. 17% casualties. Finally, Rhodes is taking casualties. But a very few only. Hexamer, I'm also going to send you around. Maybe we can do something over here. we cannot attack Evans anymore. This blue line of death is showing why this is not possible. Okay, hunters, push up again. Or better, you're going to try to get those enemy supplies. This way we might be able to better supply our forces. Down here, the skirmishing cavalry might be able to get into the rear of Lee. Drayton is opening up on the flank of Rhodes. Rhodes is still holding. Our own supplies are running out. Walker is down to 800 soldiers, still fighting, but slowly dying. And Walker has finally been repaired. Sedgwick, can you run up, hit Ripley without exposing your own flank? That would be lovely. Hampton can push up slightly to protect the flank of Sedgwick. And we are now taking even more artillery fire. Let's get our goals forward. Supplies have surrendered. Very good. Their enemy skirmishers, hunters, take care of that. Seymour is running. Sharps are almost in contact. Let's get Wilcox forward. Oh no, these valuable weapons. I do not want to see them destroyed, but we have finally a breakthrough. We're down to 26,000 infantries and the enemy still has 19,000. Casualties for us are a lot higher than for the enemy. My strategy has so far not worked. Force on the double now. We need you in this gap. Our skirmishing cavalry, however, is able to deliver some good hits and disrupting the enemy artillery lines. Let's get Blumer forward. And these supplies have been recaptured. I do not particularly care. We can now begin to move on the enemy flank. Let's try to keep our artillery line close by though. 6-pounders also move up over here. Webb, move down. Gibson, where are you? Okay, you're over here. We are trying to rally our boys. Camper has almost accidentally found our skirmishers. Upton is taking casualties. Move him around. Hexamer, you also need to move around. Rhodes is still fighting. We are hitting him from so many sides. He is not wavering. Garnett is the next target for our infantry. Over here we are pushing up. We are trying to extend our flank and try to outrun the enemy defensive line. Our hunters are over here. Can we recapture enemy supplies? This would be lovely. Sharps, scout out the area. Ooh, our skirmishers just took a massive hit. They're getting flanked. He has been killed. Lieutenant Colonel Jordan Kershew has been killed. And due to our low morale, the volley wasn't effective. Okay, this one was a lot better. Let's push back for now. The supplies have resurrendered. We're going to send them down. Hunters hit those skirmishers. And let's hope we can break through. Only 22 minutes are remaining. We have 20 o'clock. We do not have a lot of time left. Our skirmishers are now wavering. Over here our forces are still fighting. We only have very token resistance over here. Let's hope that we can get around. River, double time it. We have finally broken the enemy artillery. Let's push forward. Garnett is running. We have skirmishers over here. We have Sedgwick over here. Our own artillery line can now push up once more. Webb, keep up. Gibson, move up. Our hunters can push down. We do not know where the enemy skirmishers are. I do not care anymore. The target is in sight. Our skirmishing cavalry has been spotted. They are still able to hit Wharton's guns. Rhodes is still standing. 1,000 soldiers hidden from, and he's getting hit from 3 sides. He is still fighting. Skirmishers, why you have broken off your attack? If possible, finish off Lee before he can recover. Seymour skirmishers, fall back. We have McRae over here. And we have almost made it to our target. Almost. Enemy artillery is guarding the point. Hopefully our skirmishers are strong enough to keep them at bay. CMOS boys, you can reattach. Sharps are fighting at McRae. CMOS main force can retreat for the moment. Hunters get up here to get McRae. Blumer, open up on Anderson. Darden on Garnett. Sedgwick overrun Walker. Down here, Kraft is in a dire situation. And I cannot understand why we have not dealt with Rhodes yet. Let's get our skirmishers forward though. 2 minutes remaining. Let's hope this is not a loss. Well, Darden, you're going to charge. Sedgwick, open up on Wharton. Then, if possible, you are charging too. We have a little bit of time left. 6-pounders, move up. Rivera in that gap on the double. Darden, I have the feeling, is not going to make it to breakthrough. Our skirmishers are rushing in. Darden has been flanked. Let's order our skirmishers to charge. I wanted to charge them at Pearson. It does not matter as long as they distract the enemy. It looks like Walker is shifting so that our soldiers can hit the enemy rear line. Garnett is also shifting. Blume is opening up on Ripley. Our skirmishing cavalry is now getting rear flanked. Walker has shifted. Rhodes is still in the battle. Let's get Hexamer over. Try it on the double. He is out of condition. Kraft has withdrawn. And if the Confederates don't give Rhodes a medal after this, I do not know what is just in the world. Our skirmishing cavalry is unfortunately retreating in this direction where we don't need them to run. Wilcox, move forward. You need to hit Anderson. And it looks like we can finally close in on the target. Blumer has taken almost 1,000 casualties. Gibson has to stay down to motivate the men. Evans is coming up to try to get our supplies. 6-pounders wheel around. We do not have anything yet. Our skirmishing cavalry is still not back in action. Gibson, get down. Yes, our skirmishers are back. Let's send them down. Rivera, you are going to push up. Webb has surrendered. Our supplies have surrendered. Our 10-pounders are getting rear flanked. Hampton needs to contain Evans. Skirmishers, double time it if necessary. I want our supplies back and I want those skirmishers to be gone. We are now securing South Mountain. This is an absolutely devastating fight. Hexamer has finally made it to the enemy rear though. Upton is also going to push up. Over here, these forces are hopefully strong enough to contain the enemy. And our skirmishing cavalry wasn't able to hunt down Webb. Now let's get our skirmishers in to maybe get our supplies back. Come on. Push up. And we have some forces in melee fighting. Upton needs to shift around to protect Sedgwick's flank, who is dealing with the enemy counterattack. And our entire artillery line is trying to get those skirmishers. Come on now, open fire, open fire. Webb is almost recaptured. Finally, our supplies have been liberated. Anderson surrendered. I do not know who Anderson is. I hope it is an enemy. And finally, this devastating battle is over. We had 32,000 infantrymen, 750 cavalrymen and 68 artillery pieces, but we have lost over 8,700 of our infantry, 1 of our guns and 260 of our cavalrymen. On the rebel side, however, they only had 23,900 infantry and 93 guns, and they have only lost 7,380 of their infantry, 52 of their guns have been destroyed, and 932 of their soldiers have surrendered. I hope this is not an upcoming trend that the Confederates are out killing us. Luckily, we were able to achieve all of our goals. And the best unit on the battlefield was Walker with over 1,000 kills. But on our side, the best unit was Sedgwick with 764 kills. Darden with 725, and after that comes Drayton with 648. And the losses are led unfortunately by Blume, who suffered over 1,064 casualties, followed by Force with 970 and Hampton with 819. Within our officer corps, Lieutenant Colonel Jordan Kershew and Captain Walter Webb were killed, and Colonel Brent Seymour has been wounded. Otherwise, we have a couple of promotions, including the colonels Barry Rivera and Dwayne Drayton, who are now brigadier generals. Last but not least, we were able to capture some enemy equipment. We got our hands on over 101 Sharps Model 1855, as well as some supplies. We also rescued 515 of our farmers and 470 of our rebuilt farmers. And we even got 1,300 Harper's Ferry M1855 and 67 Pattern 1853 Enfield. Also, we got one more 10-pounder ordnance, 4 12-pounder howitzers, and 9 10-pounder Parrots. And to top everything off, we have been awarded another career point and 4 reputation, as well as $150,000 and 9,400 fresh recruits. Also, our 932 prisoners were exchanged for 1,000 additional recruits. Resources that are very much needed to rebuild our battered force. We have taken heavy casualties in this battle, and the Confederate equipment begins to outclass us on a large scale. Next episode, we are going to engage the enemy in the absolutely devastating battle of Antietam, meaning that our casualty list from today is going to appear small in comparison. But this has to be it for now. I thank you all for watching, and until we meet again, I wish you all a great time.